Hi, I'm Charlene Wales. I'm with Better Homes and Gardens Native American Group, and I'm in the top 3% of local realtors. Today I wanted to discuss how to get the most money out of your home when condition is an issue, when you don't want to make any repairs, selling as is. How can you do this and still get top dollar? I know how, and I'll be happy to share those ideas in the next few minutes. Let's discuss selling a house as is. Sometimes saying as is a great way to have the seller not make any repairs. But on the flip side, it can deter buyers. So another strategy might be to list it as a traditional sale and then have the home inspection for informational purposes only. We go into it knowing that we're going to sell the house as is, so that when we get an offer, I can let the buyer's agent know. Now, what does as is mean to the seller? That means you're not going to do any cosmetic repairs. If the carpet needs replacing, you're not going to replace the carpet. But let's say the roof needs replacing. That can be an issue for the appraiser. Sometimes appraisals have what they call appraisal conditions. If the roof is at the end of the life, then the appraiser may say it has to be replaced before they'll lend the buyer the money. If that's the case, there are a couple ways to solve that issue. One is that the seller pays for and replaces the roof. Another is that the buyer and seller negotiate, thereby splitting the cost of the roof. However, when we're negotiating contracts, if we have multiple offers, when we evaluate the appraisals, that we look at the different types. Government-backed appraisers are much more strict than, say, a conventional appraiser. Let's discuss when is the best time to sell. We are in a seller's market, so that's great, but currently we're in a slower time of year. If you had the choice, would you list next week before a holiday, or would you list after the first of the year? There are pros and cons to both. Sometimes it's a matter of getting those repairs done if you want to get the highest and best, and that helps us to get the most amount of people into the house. Real estate's a numbers game. So the more people that see it online that are impressed by the pictures, the more people that may come to an open house or see it with their realtor, more people will make an offer. Ultimately, we want to leverage the offers against one another. So now is a great time to sell as is, because there are buyers in the market that are looking for what we call sweat equity. That means they're willing to get in there and paint the whole house themselves in order to get the house. Because after all, if you had a buyer that was willing to purchase as is with no paint, no new carpet, that would be more favorable than someone who, even if they gave you a couple thousand more in purchase price, guess what? They're probably going to ask for a lot more than that in repairs. Let's discuss pricing to sell. There are different strategies for that. One strategy is underpricing it. Buyers tend to search in $25,000 increments. If I had a house that when I did the market analysis, it came out to $305, I would recommend not placing that house on the market at $305. I would recommend placing it at $299 so that we can get more buyers engaged and have a bidding war, basically. That will help get you the highest and best price. The other consideration with that is called an appraisal guarantee. The appraiser will come out, determine the value. I have already determined on a broad scale that it's worth $305 because it is subjective. The appraiser may say it's only worth $302, yet we have offers that are $310, $315. Well, the great thing about that is we can negotiate, so the buyer will have to pay the difference between what the house appraised for and ultimately what the house will sell for. All of those variables are important to accomplishing what you need for you and your family.